Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today I'm going to talk tip 74, and I'm going to talk about gardening and meditation. I guess really that's one of our core fundamentals in Doc V's challenge. And the reason I'm kind of talking about gardening today is that I've been doing a little bit of thinking about how I'm going to move forward. It's still early for me to start outdoor gardening, but I want to think about how I'm going to move forward. And I decided this year to do a little bit more research on figuring out what plants are native to my area and the best ways to attract in like butterflies and bees and maybe hummingbirds too. Hummingbirds were something that one of my grandmothers loved, and I want to think about how to move that forward. So I was looking at different articles on like what kind of plants are native to where I live in this area, because I think that's a good way to start, because since they're used to this area, it'll be a good thing to grow. And it's ironic, but one of the things that popped up a lot in my area are things that I actually really, really love. And that's like raspberries, strawberries, gooseberries, all the berries, all the berries. I love berries. But it was interesting as kiwi, and I always thought it said a hardy kiwi, and I always thought kiwi was a southern thing. But in talking about the garden a little bit, I'll just kind of refresh that the gardening is therapeutic. It's a way of thinking about something else, and it's a way of, I guess, moving your hands. It's almost like journaling. When you journal, you write, when you write in a positive direction, thinking positively, it kind of helps shift your thoughts from a negative area to a positive area. And I think it's kind of the same with nature, in that you may not be writing words, but you're tilling the soil, you're planting plants, you're watching them grow, you're seeing butterflies. You're able to distract your mind into a different direction. So it's really kind of a helpful tool. And when I was trying to figure out how I'm going to go forward, because for me the gardening is a fairly new thing. I want to kind of learn more and make it better each year, because it can get better, and I want to make it more improving the soil, or improving my health and improving the health of those around me, because I do know that I think we went through a period of time where everybody got so into like even the article says, remember that your yard is a habitat for wildlife. It's not this pristine thing where you try to kill everything and live in a cement jungle. And I think for a while we kind of got carried away with that, and that's why, whether you believe it or don't believe it, there does seem to be less. Like even we were talking about, my area is native to pheasants. You don't see them anymore. And there used to be many, many of them when we were younger, but you just don't see them anymore. There was a group of turkey not too far, and they're all gone, unless they ended up on somebody's table for Thanksgiving. But I guess it's in just rejuvenating, how we want to rejuvenate our own health and our body. I want to rejuvenate the nature that's outside for me. So it kind of talked about remembering that your life is a habitat for wildlife. And it's kind of funny. It's not funny. It's kind of sad. The people that'll sometimes smile and giggle about a bunny will be the one that are outside with 4 gallons of poison killing the area that they run across. And then they don't even realize that they're the ones doing it. But all we can do is take baby steps and move forward and try to make things better, because I'm thinking that some of this contact with these negative things is probably not beneficial to our own bodies. And I like this idea of planting what's local, like even flowers that are local to areas. And it was talking about like flowers of great blue isobelia, black-eyed Susans. Those are always pretty. Columbine, red columbine, cardinal flowers, and then swamp milkweed. And milkweed is actually a plant that you're recommended to have to try to help Mother Nature rejuvenate after there's been problems in your area. So I guess what I was looking at in trying to get ready for the garden is thinking about what fruits and vegetables I'm going to grow. And what I want to do is come as close to planting the stuff that will create my salsa right from my own garden. And then what other items would I like to grow, like having some fruits, you know, like raspberries or strawberries, especially since they're native to my area. And one thing it was talking about is if we want to increase like bees and birds, we want to get flowers of all different shapes and sizes. And another thing it was saying is consider not spraying so many pesticides. I've seen people with cocktails of 4 different poisons, and it's harmful to Mother Nature, but it's probably also harmful to us if we're inhaling excessive amounts of that stuff. And then buy smart. Like a lot of the stuff that we're buying in the stores is pre-treated, so it's got a lot of chemicals on it. And I'm wondering how much of the chemicals might be causing some of the problems that some of us are having. Again, I don't want it to turn political, but it's just something to think about. You know, are you helping any issues that you're having, or are you making it worse? So in planting the garden, I was even looking at too, like when do you start cleanup, because there are areas like with birds and bees and bumblebees, the areas that you don't want to damage them too quickly, because then you might be disrupting this year's butterflies and bees. And there's something about the butterflies, the bees, even the birds, watching them. It is therapeutic. It is. I guess that's part of my meditation every day when I start the day, is watching the sunrise, because I find it to be beautiful. And I guess I'm hoping that each of you is finding something beautiful. The weather's been amazing lately. It almost seems too early for it to be amazing. I know even outside, for some of us, it's still too early to start planting, but it's something to start thinking about. What is it you can do outside? Maybe it's planting some flowers. Maybe it's creating a little garden escape with a table and a couple of chairs. They have all those lights that are like solar now, so you can, like I have a couple of butterflies that have like a globe in the belly area that will light up at night. Things that you can look forward to, because I know we've had a long season of not so much fun. And so now it's time to kind of plan, what is our next stage going to look like? I know when things open up, right now borders aren't opened in at least like Canada, Michigan. And when my goddaughter comes back, when they were all coming before COVID, we would just sit outside for hours and chit chat and talk and let the kids run around and play. But it was just kind of like sit out there and relax. And it was just kind of nice. And I think as we put the winter behind us, we just want to look forward. And gardening, being outside, but encouraging nature, there is something meditative about that. So I hope that I know I have my Farmer's Almanac around here. I'm looking at gardening as the meditation to kind of keep moving me forward. And I'm going to try to keep in mind that the yard is a habitat for wildlife. What plants are native to my area, so that I can kind of promote what's natural to the area instead of trying to turn it into something that it just wasn't here. And planting flowers of all shapes and sizes to see what kind of animals I can attract. Can I get that hummingbird to come and visit? Shopping smart and trying to recognize what has been treated on the plants that I bring in. And milkweed. My sister's always talking about milkweed. She's been wanting to give me milkweed for years. So I hope that you have a beautiful day. I hope that you have a beautiful week. And I hope that you find something meditative in nature, taking a walk, spending some time outside with a book, planting your garden, doing something to help you to disconnect from the negative, turning off the television and the news for a little while, and doing something that hopefully will warm your heart and bring peace to your heart. So thank you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.